Guys, welcome back to Core Java tutorial. In this part, I am going to explain the working of a nested for loop with a complete example. So, I am going to print a pattern like this using the nested for loop. So, this is the a asterisk symbol pattern. Okay, now I am going to print this pattern using a nested for loop. You can see that here the rows and columns concept is present because the first star is present on the 0th row. There are two stars are present on the first row. The second row containing 3 star, fourth row, third row contain 4 star, etc. So it is very necessary to use two for loop, that means nested for loop, to print this pattern, because you can see that in the 0th row there is 1 star present, in the first row there is 2 stars present. That means the 0th row contain 1 star, first row containing 2 star. That means if the first loop, that means the outer loop, indicate the number of rows and the rows, and the inner loop indicate the number of stars in that in the rows. So here I am going to write a program that print this pattern. So I just create a class nested demo. Of course, here is the main method. Here is the opening of main method, and here it is close. Okay, now I am going to print this pattern using nested for loop. So I just start the first for loop, that means the outer loop. The outer loop represents number of rows, so I just declare a variable here, I is equal to 0. That means the rows is started from 0, and I give a condition called I less than or is equal to 10. Sorry, I want to print 10 rows here, so it is started from 0, so I just use I less than 10, and I update value of I plus plus. Okay, this row, each time this row iterate, it will indicate each rows in that pattern. So here is the opening brackets, and here is the closing bracket of the outer loop. This is the outer for loop. So now we have to create the inner loop for printing the asterisk, that means star, in each row. You can see at first row, that means 0th row, there is one asterisk present. At the first row there is two asterisks present. So here I also create another variable. You can see that at the first row it is there is a relationship between the number of rows, and number of star. That means at the 0th row there is 1 star present, at the first row there is 2 star present. That means there is a relationship between the rows and number of stars in each row. That means the position of row is 1. At the 0th row there is 1 star present. That means at the 0th row there is 1 star present. That means the value of j is equal to I plus 1. Okay, now I give the condition that I less than the value of I is j is starting from 1, and the condition is that j less than I plus 1. Okay, that means at the 0th row, at this stage j is equal to 1, I is equal to 0. Here it is not I, it is j. That means 1 less than 1 plus 1. That means 0 plus 1 or equal to. Also give the equal symbol. So less than or is equal to I plus 1, and I print update j here. Now I have to open the inner bracket. So here is the, this is the inner loop. Okay, now I have to print the pattern. So I use system dot out dot println. Not using println. If you using println, the pattern is printing in each line. So I just use print here. So after closing this, that means after printing a row, it will go to the next line. So here we have to go to the next line, system dot out dot println. It will go to the next line. Okay, now I have to compile the program. So I just comment it. Sorry, I just delete this pattern because I have to compile it. So now I save it. Nested demo.java. Okay, I save the program. Now I am going to compile it. Java C nested demo.java. There is no error present, so now it's time to run the program. Okay, you can see the pattern is printed here. There is 10 rows are present because the outer loop is iterated 10 times, and according to the value of 5, there are if at the 0th row there is 1 star is printed. This is how we handling rows and columns using nested for loop. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next part of this tutorial. Please subscribe my channel for further video updates.